As someone who has struggled with depression for most of my 20s, I can safely say that if I didn't have things to do or any places to be, I can easily and happily stay in bed the rest of my life. Okay, but life doesn't work that way. But with all the videos today on having the best morning routine, what are you supposed to do when you are depressed and you don't have the energy to do any of it? And that's the point of today's video, because I wanted to share some realistic things that I've learned about and done over the years when I was depressed, so that hopefully this helps you in building a morning routine if you are feeling sad or unmotivated. I think the most important part that we need to know about is the way we start our mornings is how we set the tone for the rest of the day. In my opinion, I don't think that we have to wake up at 4, 5, or even 6 in the morning if that's not the way our bodies work. Like, of course, you're gonna have to wake up earlier if you have school or work or anything. I would say just try your best, wake up whenever you can, and right when you wake up, just implement some things into your morning routine so that you can get your day started on a good note. And when I say things, I would say things that really don't take up a lot of energy, because we all know that depression sucks all the energy away from you. In the beginning, when I was trying to start making my bed, I was like, yo dude, I ain't got time for this. I'm late, I need to run out the door right now. But the more times I made my bed, the more I found that it was like positively impacting my mind. And the first reason being is that early in the morning when you wake up, you're checking something off your list already. When you make your bed, you are creating a clean and tidy environment that also, I believe, frees up space in your mind as well. Like, I don't know about you, but when I was depressed, my room was a mess. Whoa, was that a rhyme? I'm a poet and I don't even know it. Oh my God. No, but my room was a mess. Clothes were everywhere. My bed was never made. And I felt like that just took up a lot of mental effort for me, where I was just like, oh my gosh, I wish that my room was clean. Oh my gosh, my room is so messy. Instead of actually cleaning it, I was just thinking this. And it also added to my anxiety and depression. The second part is that you get to come home to a bed already made, especially on those days when they just suck. I think you'd be surprised by how much better you feel after making it, but also coming back home to an already made bed, especially after a bad day. Guys, and another tip, I don't know if this is gonna work for anyone else, but for me, especially when I was depressed, when I have no energy, I usually sleep on like one side of the bed so that the other side is always made, and I could take no time making my side of the bed. Super cute. We got ready. But before we leave the bathroom, I just want to talk a little bit about my affirmation cards on the side here. You've probably seen it in another video. I just think that they're super cute and a great way to start off your morning. So what I did was I just bought a deck of affirmation cards off of Amazon. There are so many of them on there. You can purchase your own. But what I've been doing is that every month or so, I just go through the deck and I pick out the 3 most inspiring and motivating quotes on there. And I'll just post them on the side of my mirror. What that allows me to do is when I'm brushing my teeth, washing my face, or whenever I'm in the bathroom, I guess, it takes literally no energy for me to look over and read their quotes and repeat them in my head. And I think what that does is it cultivates a sense of self-confidence and self-love that a lot of times we forget about when we are depressed. Another thing I also thought about was that if you really don't want to pay for affirmation cards, you can totally also just Google inspiring and motivating quotes and write them on Post-its and just post them on your mirror. Like, that's what I used to do when I was broke. Right, so I've been eating this avocado toast with cherry tomatoes and balsamic glaze, which is thebomb.com. Does anyone say that anymore? I love breakfast, and I remembered this in a therapy session actually, where I was talking to my therapist about how stressed I was in grad school and I didn't feel like I had any time to myself. So then she asked me, what are some things that you like doing? And I didn't have a lot on my mind at the time, so all I could tell her was, I love Friends. I love watching the show Friends. Before my busy day in grad school, she recommended that I wake up, I make a nice breakfast for myself, and then I go watch one episode of Friends. Especially when you're feeling super depressed and anxious, I feel like doing something like that really calms you down and lets you start off the day in the way that you want to. Like, I know there are so many other videos on morning routines that are telling you to get up, work out, and do all these things, but I think it's even more important to start off your day in the way that makes you happy. It doesn't have to be anyone else's definition of happiness or productivity. I think me watching Friends at that point really added to my productivity. Sorry. My point is that start your day the way you want to start it. Don't have someone else's blueprint morning routine as yours, you know? Just do you. Also, this isn't a cooking channel. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm so hungry. Let's take our first bite. So back in school, of course, this is when I would turn on Friends, but now I watch YouTube videos or even put on a class or something that I want to learn from. The possibilities are endless. Like, you could literally do whatever you want to do. Right now, I don't really limit my time. I spend way too much time just watching videos. Definitely limit your time so that you're more productive for the day, I would say. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention. Let me just grab it really quick. So let's say you have seasonal depression or even just having depression in general. In the winter time, there's not a lot of sunlight and you can't really go outside. So what I have is one of these light therapy lamps from Amazon. You could just look it up, light therapy lamp, and they range from like $20 to $40. And what I do is I just have it sitting right next to me as I'm eating so that I'm able to get that light exposure that we wouldn't otherwise get if, let's say, we're in the wintertime and it's pretty dark outside, no matter what time you wake up in the morning. With depression, we don't have a lot of energy. So the best way to conserve it is by starting off our day with tasks that don't use a lot of energy and to do anything else we love doing and that makes us really happy. So find the things you want to do and just do it. It has nothing to do with anyone else. As long as we find a morning routine that works for us, that's really all that matters. I want to thank you guys so much for spending this morning with me, and I hope that it sparks some ideas for you and that you feel inspired to create a more realistic morning routine for yourself. I'm always rooting for you guys, and I love you so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!